Hey, John, your BlogManTrain.com. I want to talk real quick about testosterone, blue-collar workers, white-collar workers. I had a guy ask me about, where's my research? I don't need to do my fucking research through Google and things, okay? I've done my research 45 years of doing this, and this is something I've always been interested in, strength, fitness, conditioning, so I've always paid attention throughout my lifetime, okay? An exercise scientist is out there telling you how to do these things, and they'll tell you that going to the gym's better than this and that. You know, these guys, I look at these exercise scientists, they've never done blue-collar work for the most part. Most of them are on steroids, okay? And to take advice from these guys on how to build muscle, apparently they haven't figured it out yet without taking steroids. So believe whatever you want. Okay, these guys spend more time talking about their injuries and recovery, okay? I couldn't live in their world, because if I lived in their world, I'd be fucking poor and homeless, because I have a blue-collar job. I got to stay fucking healthy and fit so I can continue to do my job. It's easy to do a job when you're sitting on your ass. When you want to ask about low testosterone, when you're not in an environment where there's any competitiveness, there's no winning, there's just you sitting in a fucking chair looking at a screen all day, okay? Then you get out of you get up, done work, you get in your car, you drive home, or you drive to the gym. All boxes, all indoors, no competitives, all fucking comfort, all abundance. Why would you need testosterone to get in and out of your fucking car or up and down out of your chair? All right? Believe whatever you want. I'm not doing your research. You can fucking figure it out yourself. There is some studies out there that proves just what I'm saying. There's books out there you could read on warrior cultures and things like that. And you can also do reading up on, you know, conservatives and liberals. One has higher testosterone than the other, okay? And that's a fact. And they describe it in these books. But this is something I needed to read because I know that. You just got to be around these people. 45 years I've been in blue-collar work, so it means I've been around men my entire life, okay? And in that time, if you don't think I've had any confrontations, any wrestle matches, any shoving matches, then you're a fucking idiot. I can guarantee if you work in a white-collar environment, that's probably never happened, okay? There is no competitiveness in that shit, okay? It's just not. It's a weak environment where men go to fucking get weaker and die, okay? They may live longer, okay? Okay, than the blue-collar worker, because the blue-collar worker usually has a shitty diet. Then if you use the runner that goes out there and runs, he's going to have lower testosterone too. But I'll tell you who won't. A guy that's out there rucking with weight on his back, I can guarantee this is not the guy in the doctor's office complaining about low T. I can tell you the person that's out there hiking in the woods and he's camping and things like that, I can guarantee he's not at the doctor's complaining about low testosterone. Only seems to be the guys that are killing it in a hustle culture where you need six-pack abs, which is an excuse to take steroids. Or the guys that are white-collar workers, or the guys that go to the gym so they can take off their shirt so other men can look at them, so they can give other men something to look at. And this is a fact, okay? These are the only guys that seem to fucking have a problem with their fucking testosterone. Depression and things like that. There's guys, yes, okay. Everybody can be depressed. Depressed is sad. But you got a fucking life now. We got a society now where men are saying, I'm so depressed and I got anxiety. What is that? After you've drank your fucking fourth fucking monster beverage? Okay, you're sad. Did your wife leave you? You know, or you're listening to this hustle culture and you're not where you want to be. Is that just fucking sad or is it depression? Okay, you guys got to get your head out of your ass. Okay? So, if you think that anxiety, depression, acting like this with this mindset is going to do anything to fucking make you strong, no, it's going to make it fucking worse. Going to the doctors and telling them you got low fucking T is going to make it fucking worse in the fucking long run for you. It might straighten you out right now, but unless you can take this for the rest of your life, I probably wouldn't do it. Number two, I'll tell you a quick story about when I was, worked at a trucking company on the loading dock. We used to settle a lot of things by going in the trailer. You know, if you wanted to have a wrestling match, you wanted to do, duke it out a little bit, you go inside the trailer. People would watch and everything. One time this Marine, and he was a Marine, and he looked the part, and he was in shape, and he lifted heavy weights, and he was strong, and he could do 20 pull-ups because I seen him do them. Well, him and this part-timer, the kid who played tennis, he was a tennis player. He just worked on the loading dock part-time as he was going through college. Well, him and the Marine go into the trailer, and we were all standing outside and watching. And man, this guy, the Marine, could not keep up with this tennis player. The tennis player was a lot smaller, a lot leaner, and like I said, the Marine was in good shape. Squatted, I think, 450 pounds. He had big legs, and he looked every bit the part. And when he come walking out of the trailer, the tennis player didn't look fucking worn out at all. But the Marine, he couldn't talk for about fucking 10 minutes, okay? So when you talk about condition and strength, people always talk about how the strength's always going to win out. Well, strength will win out if they're comparable in size, technique, and conditioning, okay? But if that was actually a fight, you know, the Marine who couldn't breathe after had a little bit of fucking wrestling, he would have not done real well, okay? Because you can't fucking breathe, you can't fight. And I've seen that a lot throughout my fucking life in 45 years of blue collar work, and guys that are just bull strong and can easily be moved by people that know how to use a body, know how to beat out of the way. It's just there's a lot more to it than people think. But don't think, man, just because you're bigger and stronger that's all you ever need. Strong's always better than weak. But being strong and not be conditioned, and a lot of people who think they're strong, they think they're conditioned. And that's usually not the way it is, but I can tell you this. Most guys that are conditioned usually have a good bit of strength. But it doesn't always go the other way with the guy being extremely strong. He usually has very little conditioning. It's just the way it is. And if you can, whether you want to believe it or not, can you work both? Yeah. Not everybody has all day long. Some people raise families. Some people have physically demanding jobs. Not everybody's sitting on their ass, you know, and can do what they want, you know, because they don't have kids or they live at home with their parents. So, I mean, that's just, you know, my take on those things. So, you know, do what you want. Later.